Hey, look at Randy Orton slithering.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
KO! Here's the cover.
Hey, what's up guys, and we're back here today with the first video of, well, the Progetto 65 on the channel. I picked this tank up, I want to say about 3 or 4 weeks ago, give or take. I had some gold left over, so I just finished up the grind on the Italian mediums. I can't really recommend this one to anybody too much, because most of y'all know DPM is pretty much butchered on these things compared to most other tier 10s, or especially the tier 9 is just atrocious. The first shell reload, and it's still not great on this. I mean, the first round in the clip is 19 seconds, and the second is 17 seconds, third is 15 seconds, and the fourth is 13 seconds. Which is a shame, because I really like the idea of this tank. Everything about this vehicle is really good. It's just the DPM that kills it, in my opinion. Like, the mobility, the gun, in terms of accuracy, penetration, stuff like that, is phenomenal to very good. Like .33 accuracy is still, it's pretty good for medium tank. I'm still happy with that. And again, penetration 268 on the APCR, 330 on the heat, which I don't use that much, to be fair, when I'm playing this tank, just because of the reload. It's kind of awkward to load heat, at least I find, majority of the time, because you're already mid-reload. You don't really want to go down to the last shell. And I like the idea of the auto reloaders, because they reward smart play very well. In terms of, if you just dump your clip like a normal autoloader, your DPM is going to be punished, regardless of nerfs. So I'm done with that, but it's going to be punished severely if you just dump the clip like a normal autoloader every single time, and you don't want to do that in these things. The only way I generally, and this is kind of the mindset I try to have with the Italian mediums, or the Progetto, and let me put up one other gameplay of these similar kind of auto reloader mechanic, but I only dump it if I can actually kill the guy with the clip. If not, I do not dump that last shell by any means necessary. Normally, if I'm in a brawl one-on-one, like it happens sometimes. You're not perfect, obviously. To say that, I know every single situation perfectly and handle it flawlessly in this tank is just a mistake. But you can see, also the alpha is very nice, 360. It's kind of a niche kind of alpha damage, which I like having a little bit of a mix there in terms of that for the variety of the game's sake. But you generally don't want to dump the whole clip unless you can clip somebody out. It's just kind of the law of this thing. Instead, dump 2, maybe 3 of the shells, and then wait for the reload, and then fire those shells again, like a normal tank. And yeah, it's generally the idea behind these is for that, and not to just go, haha, I can just dump my clip like a 57 heavy. Yeah, no, don't try not to do that. Generally speaking, again, I'm guilty of it too, but generally speaking, don't do that. But yeah, this tank is very rewarding, let's put it that way, as we're going on the T49, but I'm going to try to take out the tier 10 medium first, which is obviously more important. Unfortunately, he does put a shot into me, and here's where I just go full, I'm just going to dump the whole clip and then go in for some reason. Not the smart play here. This is one of the few mistakes of this game that I truly make, and I should have just not fired that last shot, for one, because now he knows I'm reloading, and 2, I don't really have the armor for this, and I'm just going to lose hit points that I don't have, and so you see I'm just constantly reloading here, and we're just going to lose some HP that if I had just pulled back, I don't think he would have just came out, and instead we lose about an extra 500-600 hit points, probably have 500 hit points there from the T49 with the 90mm. So pretty much a decent misplay there, because of losing some hit points in a close game like this. And now we're on that clip reload, just waiting for the shells to get back into the chamber. There's an E100 right here, but we have the shot on this guy, but unfortunately it just goes into his tracks. And like I said, rather than dumping another clip in it, another shot into him and waiting that super long first shell reload on the Progetto, I'm waiting and I'm waiting for that second shell to come in, and there we go. And trying to help the T10, but that obviously is never going to work for him. And here I actually do fire the second one because I want to try to help the 277. I track him in place, and it's very situational about this, about knowing when to do that, when not to do that. Again, I said when you put tanks out, but if you can track somebody and have somebody else farm, that helps too. It's very situational. So then you see Reeve getting some nice assisted damage here because of that decision. And now the Skoda is coming in, and I'm like, okay, he's going to go for the 277, and then, boop! Oh no, I must have hit this guy. So now I'm the focus for some reason. I don't know, maybe he likes my content. But we give him a little nudge so that he gets out of our way. Unfortunately, he puts a nudge shot into it. He is stock, so he doesn't have the autoloader, and now I'm just trying to avoid getting shot as we're on life support, but we finish him off, kill him, and now we're going to get behind cover D100 so that we don't get shot from the rear from those guys, and wait for our spot to go down, pick up a little bit of assisted damage there, which is good. And now we've lost the spot, and now it's time to get out of this area. I've been in this part of the map the entire game, basically. Just kind of working around these piles of dirt, and now it's kind of go back and defend the base a little bit. From those two mediums, if I can, without getting spotted, because again, you can barely even see my health at this point, how low it is on the bar. So we definitely take it easy and try to stay at range. And I'm also going to try, by killing these guys in the base, hopefully get myself into a position of high ground so that I have shots down on the remaining 3 tanks rather than having to deal with fighting these other 3 tanks on more even terms. And I'd rather not fight tanks on even terms ever. That's really not, if you're doing that, you're generally doing it wrong most of the time, at least I think. But we're coming up behind these guys, they haven't seen us, and we put one into the Type 59. Of course, you know, tracks could kill us, but we snap the second one and that one goes in and finishes him off. RNG is a cruel mistress sometimes, but we were able to kill him and regain that map control, well, the control of the side of the map that we want in order to hopefully carry this game. Now, at this point, I'm kind of focused on one tank specifically. They have I believe a 50B left, who's on about 4 kills, I think 3 kills at this point, and it seems like he's just playing a decent game, at least what I've been kind of catching of him, and I'd like to kill him if possible, especially since he's a one-shot. But also the machine. I'm going to try to target the autoloaders first. The E5 is but he's giving me an easy shot here. RBRT over the ridge line and put one into him. If the opportunity rises, I'm going to take it. But I'm trying to get shots on the autoloaders because they're the most dangerous at this point. Our E100 decides to just throw his tank away. I'm trying to look for the shot on 50B, but that one doesn't go in. And then you notice the machine thankfully misses me. I get a little too eager there, and our team is slowly melting a little bit here, and I really like to get this machine out of the game so I can just focus on the 2 in front of me. And the first one tracks, second one actually tracks him, and then our third finishes him off, and we don't have to dump our entire clip either, which is nice. It's always a good result. Now, the result of this game, honestly, this would always be average for most other tier 10 mediums, so I don't know. Not in terms of the gameplay, but in terms of the raw stats. I haven't done any crazy damage results in this thing yet, but this was a pretty good game in terms of this end game right here. So, again, we're on the high ground, which is great. I'm guessing at this point that the E5 is going to try to push up, and sure enough, there he is. I don't know where the 50B is at, generally speaking. I know he's a one-shot, so I'd like to get him if possible. But I can see right where the E5's going. I was lit, so he knows I'm going to be in this area. But I'm hoping that the foliage and the trees here kind of give me some cover. And then we spot out the 50B, or actually our medium tank does that. and I'm just trying to poke in unexpected places to try to get a little bit of an advantage on this E5. And sure enough, we do. Go for the drive wheel. We do track him, but I'm not going to sit there in place and just try to dump the clip. That's not smart. If I was on more health, I would. But I'm a one-shot, and I don't want to take that RNG chance at all. The Progetto does have some frontal hull armor that's super sloped, as you can see. But the turret armor is squishy as anything. If you dump another one, he's coming from another side, and he snaps, I snap. We both miss. We're both a one-shot now, which is good. We've reduced the cell, so you can't just come straight up here. That's what I wanted to do. Make sure he does not get up that ridgeline with more than a one-shot of health left, basically, for myself. Otherwise, we'd be in pretty big trouble. And we're moving a little bit here. We get spotted, actually, by the 50B. We try to RBRT. Fortunately, don't connect that one, and our 432 dies. But we are able to take out the 50B with our second shell. And now it's just this 1v1. See if we can't get his turret. And there we go. Finish the game off for our 6th kill in the Top Gun. And bring us just over 6k damage. So, pretty good game on North to West. Not really my favorite map ever. But a pretty good showcase of what the Progetto is capable of. It's still obviously one of the low performing mediums at tier 10, but I still like it. I still like the idea of it, and that's why I'll probably play it a good amount, just because the auto reloading mechanic is interesting enough for myself to play it more. But again, I can't really recommend this tank, but it's still fun. So, nice game. Hope you guys enjoyed, give you an idea of this tank, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya.